and we put a layer of dirt on top of it. Then we'll get some pumpkins and some grass, and we'll cut it up. Sometimes when we mow our cover crop, we'll get the cover crop and we'll put that on top of the dirt. Then we'll put more dirt on top of that, and we'll water it down, and it'll get hot. It'll start cooking. It'll get really warm, and we'll turn it. Every so many days we just go over and start flipping the pile, and it'll get hot, and it'll actually break down and turn to soil, to compost, really fine compost.
So do you have like
The system of doing it?
not technically like that. I mean, like, do you have a case for like compost to go in, or do you just do it in water?
No, we have a big pile in the back of the park, and it's on the right-hand side of the road back there on the way to the freeway, and we lay everything out in big rows so that there's a loader, which is a tractor with a scoop on it, and it mixes the dirt up. It mixes the compost pile, because you always have to turn it when it gets hot. You can't just leave it. You have to turn it so that the outside goes to the inside, and it cooks. It gets to cook and turn to compost. So it's not, we're kind of big, I guess. It's like we're a bigger, instead of a little compost pile like this size here, the desk, where you just turn it with your shovel, and you put more weeds and more, vegetables and, things on it, and a little bit of dirt, and you keep flipping it, and it turns to compost. Ours is very big. It's just a bigger scale, where we have a lot of weeds and a lot of, not weeds really, but mostly grass, like cover crop or plants, old plants. We take out of the field pumpkins. We'll get the old pumpkins and we'll chop them up and we'll put them on top of the pile.
So how long does it take for all the compost?
It takes a while for it to break down. Probably about maybe 90 days or so. It all depends on how much you turn it, how often you water it, and you turn it. And if you're a real good composter, which we're not, we do this for, we don't do this for a living per se, composting. We do this for the benefit of our crops, but we don't take temperature readings. If you're a compost company, you'll have big long probes with thermometers, what they are, and they'll take thermometer readings of the compost pile, and it's got to reach so many degrees inside there, probably, I don't know if it's 140 degrees or whatever it is, and that tells you that it's time to turn the pile, that it's already cooked, and you keep turning it until it comes to this temperature every time. Then you turn it some more, and it just breaks down into compost, into soil. But you water it, you turn it, you water it, and you keep doing that. With us, we don't monitor the pile. We don't take readings with a thermometer. We just, when we have time, we turn that pile and let it happen on its own. And so we technically, and here's the difference between a company that specializes in composting and me and our farm, is that we cannot put our compost in our field within 120 days of harvest. If we know we're going to pick that lettuce out there in 60 days, I can't put the compost out there because it's too soon. It might not be broke down because I haven't monitored my pile, and it might not be cooked enough to kill all the bacteria, and so it's not, so I can't put it out that early. because I haven't monitored. But anything over 120 days that's been out in the field, it's okay. It'll have enough time naturally to cook and
And we were just interviewing Sweet Tomato, and they said that you, or I think you, the farmers
in the local area will ship the foods to
No,
there.
I mean like there will be a middleman, and
Yeah.
then the middleman will bring it there.
Yeah.
But
oh
if the entire thing is not good, they send it back, right? Now that the fruit or the vegetables or fruits are already picked, what do you do?
yeah. Put them on. You can put them if they're no good. You can put them on the compost pile, like our pumpkins. They're rotten. We'll chop them up and put them on the compost, and we'll just keep turning it. It just turns right into compost.
I don't mean technically rotten, like past the time that it can be used. I mean before that, like
Before?
green tomatoes.
Like, what if
something
it's
like
Oh,
not
you
ripe
could-
yet?
Yeah.
You can still put it up there. Oh yeah,
And can
That's
we
fine.
go see the compost? Like
yeah,
just after this, can we go see
yeah.
the compost?
Okay. If you guys want to follow me, we'll go out there real quick and you can see the compost pile, but it's in the very back of the park. So we'll have to go to the back of the park to see it.
Are you okay with
So yeah, I'm okay. The only thing I'm waiting for is if I have a phone call that my driver got lost, I want to make sure he got to his destination, and then we'll go. Can I do that?
Sure.
Good. Yeah. Yeah, we're not. Yeah, I wish that the reason why I don't compost by measuring the heat and doing all that is I have to hire an employee to strictly do that, to monitor the pile and take care of it. I have to monitor somebody. Oh, hold on, Savaria. Why we don't? Because I can't put animal manure, directly out into the field like we used to in the old days. That's how they used to do it. You'd spread it out there, disc it in, and it would be fine. Everything, let it, it just rots in the field, and it's good for your soil and
So
your
what's
crops,
your
but not anymore. So now we put it on the compost pile out in the back, and we keep it for over 120 days. That's the secret for us to be able to use it. We have to turn it, and we have to make sure that it breaks down and that it's turned on a regular basis and watered, because the water and the flipping of the pile breaks that compost down. And then we can put it on the field after 120, so that it's 120 days before we pick. So a lot of the times we haven't even planted yet. We'll spread it on the field with the manure spreader, and then maybe 3 months later, 2 months later, we'll plant, and then 2 months after that, if it's lettuce, 60 days from the day we seed until the day we pick. So it takes 60 days for lettuce to grow. So we have to we have to do it 60 days before that. We can put it in the field, but we can't get it out there within that 120 days of harvest.
So what's your opinion on compost?
I think it's a wonderful thing. Here's a good place to put compost for us, but where I like to put it is the cabbage ground where we grow cabbage. It depletes the nutrients in the soil because it takes a lot of power out of the ground to grow cabbage. So we put the compost in that part of the ground. We try to mark where we're growing cabbage in the field, and we'll spread the compost in that area after we disc the ground. And we find those rows where that cabbage was, or that area of the field, and we'll compost that and put some of it back.
Another thing is, compost takes very little water.
Not too much.
After you bring it out to the fields, does it still stay the same? If you put it in, cover it with plants, when you water the plants, does it take less water? Or is it like more?
I don't know. It's very, it loosens up your soil. It does. It loosens the soil up. So, and it absorbs differently. It probably retains the water, and I would think it does. I don't know the answer to that. Exactly what it does. As far as all I know is it puts those nutrients back that we deplete from our ground with crops like cabbage, and it puts the nutrients back in the ground, the carbon, and all that good stuff. Yeah, let's go.
Let's go.